It's coffee break on this podcast where noises happen.
Yes.
Yes.
I have another beverage with a lid on it. I'll try not to drop it this time.
The dog is underneath the table, and we don't know if the neighbor's kids are going to punch the wall again. That's always just a pleasant surprise.
You're slightly sick.
Oh, slightly. I am high on cough syrup, people. But we have a lot of stuff to go over. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I just was able to dig up a bunch of stuff this week.
Surprisingly busy.
It was. There was a lot of little things going on here and there.
So what's first?
Okay, what is up with these Batman Allstate Farm commercials?
Okay, so they are weird.
They are really weird.
There was a whole series of pre-commercials.
Yes.
To tease this.
Yes.
This feels like a Super Bowl ad. With how many, big name celebrities are involved?
Yeah, but it's not. The Super Bowl's past.
It's way past.
So why are we...
I don't know.
And then there's Bateman and Batman.
Yeah.
Bateman has some pretty good lines.
Oh, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
He's gonna nail it.
And I love that, I don't know who's playing Batman. It's clearly not a known actor.
No.
But, they cut hard enough so it looks like he's doing cool stuff, but he's actually really not. Mm-hmm. And then he tells him to go do a podcast.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, that's really hurtful.
They're not bad.
Why do we gotta attack scooters like that?
It's just confusing.
It is. It's weird. You know what? I think what happened here, for sure I don't know. Mm-hmm. Right? But what I think happened was Warner Brothers is hemorrhaging. We know this. We're going to talk more about it later on.
Oh, yeah.
And that they're like, hey, we can give the license of Batman to a...
State Farm?
Yeah, State Farm insurance company. Mm-hmm. Because then they'll have a new slew of ads to run off of.
It feels like this would only be happening if there was a new Batman-specific thing coming out.
There was
supposed
to be.
Yeah. And they filmed the commercials way in advance or something.
Yeah, which would make no sense.
It's just weird. I don't like them very much either.
No, they're not good.
Me and my insurance ads, they don't even teach you about insurance.
No.
They don't sell insurance.
No, they're not even selling you the correct product. It's just, look at all these celebrities playing Batman characters.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Why... okay,
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe if they kept playing with the idea and we could get the Flash.
It could spin off and become its whole own new...
We could have a Justice League of just crappy...
I wonder if...
washed up actors.
Yeah. I wonder if Jake, their current mascot...
He's in it.
But I wonder if he's not really doing it anymore. He's not getting... his ratings are down or something. People aren't interested. And if it's not football season... we can't keep dragging the football stars into State Farm commercials.
Yeah, not football stars, but it's basketball season. It's about to be baseball season. It's technically spring training.
Yeah, but basketball stars don't sell out to become commercial fiends like how football players always do.
Like Michael Jordan, who was in a Looney Tunes movie.
Listen, not all basketball players. Also, he was a golfer, so that doesn't count.
He was also a baseball player.
And it was also Charles Barkley, too. I can't deny I love Charles.
Yeah, so we don't like the Batman commercials.
Nah.
A long time ago, in 2019, I saw it in 2020, there was a documentary called Leaving Neverland, which is about the sexual scandals with Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Sorry.
Because that was his, mansion?
Neverland was his plot of land where he had his mansion, and he had, a petting zoo and, a little amusement park.
Yeah, it was very weird.
Yes, yes. But, people with so much money do things. Anyways, this documentary, you don't have to watch it. It very much points the finger that he is definitely guilty of these crimes.
Yeah.
And then... after that came out, the director and the producers and the people who appeared in interviews were getting death threats. Why? Serious death threats. People were walking up to them with guns and shit.
Because they revealed this stuff?
Yeah. So, what did the director do? He's now making Leaving Neverland Part 2. Okay. All about the threats.
Well.
And I was like, well, you kind of gave him... more cannon fodder.
That's what he does. He's a documentarian.
Yeah, so what did he just turn around and be documenting his own life with these death threats?
Yeah. I mean, good on him.
Yeah.
Smart.
A weird way to spin it off where it's no longer going. It has to be centered around Michael, right?
Like, he'll probably use it as an opportunity to point out more things that they missed the first time.
Yes, in case they did miss anything. I just thought it was funny that you're so upset about something and then you try to threaten the guy and he's like, I'll make a sequel.
And you're like, no, I've given him more money.
Yeah. So the Freakier Friday trailer came out. This is a sequel to
The
Freaky Friday. What? When did that come out?
like late 90s,
No.
mid 90s, early 2000s.
It's got to be early 2000s.
I
Because
think 2002, I want to
mid
say.
90s, late 90s was Parent Trap.
Yeah. It was okay. All right. So, I have many opinions about this one.
Freakier Friday. Go ahead.
First, they did this already.
Yes.
There was that Christmas movie that just came out.
Yes, it made me literally think of that Christmas movie.
It's like the exact same, except it's grandma instead of dad.
Yeah. Which, no male characters.
No, but that's how the first one was too. So that makes sense.
Okay.
Also, it would avoid the questions like, what happens when the little boy is in a girl's body? Blah, and whatever. Not the type of movie for those kind of questions, I'd say.
No, I don't think that's the demographic they're going for at all.
My biggest problem with this is, so with Freaky Friday, you don't even need to watch the movie. You can just look at the box of the DVD, and you get the sense of what it is immediately. Because Lindsay Lohan's character was like this punk rock star, kind of like grunge kid, no rules, wear my Anthrax t-shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
And Jamie Lee Curtis's character was like the proper, uptight, put together secretary, posh person kind of deal.
But weren't they swapped?
But yeah, and then you see them swap, and you just see them wearing the opposite. And sometimes you have that like hollow cover where they would be wearing their normal clothes, and if you tilt them the right way, they would be wearing the opposite clothes.
I didn't know they had one.
But yeah, so like immediately you could glance and see what the wild differences between the characters were.
Yeah.
But we don't get that here, because there's the four of them. There's old lady, woman, daughter, who quite frankly looks about the same age as Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
Like, I know there's probably like a 15-year difference between the actresses in real life, but I'm like, your experiences are negligible.
Yes.
And then friend,
Yeah, friend who's British.
Yeah.
Why not?
Adopted daughter, maybe? They don't explain it. We don't even see them until halfway through the trailer.
She's just there.
Yeah. But I don't know what's their gimmicks. The trailer doesn't give me anything. They're in like a club at one point. They're surfing at one point.
Didn't you see that they're learning to bond with each other in each other's different bodies, and they're gonna learn another lesson again because they literally tell you at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then they have to do crazy things like, I don't know, put on a stage play.
Yeah.
Win a sporting event.
Yes.
Something dramatic. Something in front of City Hall.
I remember in the first one, it was like, you can't just not go to school as me. It's my SATs. I need to pass those. So she had to go. And with the mom character, it was like, you can't just not go into work. I'm like closing a realtor deal or something, and I might lose my job if I don't get this or so. There's like stakes. I don't know, them surfing and playing tennis doesn't feel like stakes in this trailer.
That's just them bonding. They're showing you that they are going to have a fun time.
I guess.
Nobody wants this. It's way too late. We all know what's going to happen. They learned their lesson and everybody's happy.
Geez, everyone going to swap bodies back to normal again?
I can only see this being for maybe a really bored kid at home.
I don't even think like nostalgic millennials like me.
I'm not nostalgic about this one.
I watched it as a kid, but
No, I did too. I don't feel anything towards it.
I would rather a remake, quite frankly. Because everything I just said about their characters is very like early 2000s tropey. Like the Anthrax t-shirt and the realtor mom and whatever. We have new stuff we could play with nowadays. Like, what if your kid's like a Twitch player and you need to figure out how to play that video game and they'll lose their sponsorship deals and lose all that money? And what if mom's like, I don't know, some other inventive new age thing?
Okay.
Better than just, now there's 4 of them.
Yeah, and then doubling it up because 2 wasn't a problem already. Again, this doesn't have to exist. I hope it's just a fun ride. You know, I hope that I don't have to sit there and think too much about it. Mm-hmm. There was another trailer.
Yeah.
Were you done with that?
Yes, I am.
Happy Gilmore 2, which, again, way too long.
Way too late.
Way too long. And what is he doing? What is Adam doing? I don't get it. He does, like, serious movies, and then now he's just, like, every now and then he pokes his head in, and it's Hubie Halloween.
I know. You know what my takeaway from this trailer was?
It's terrible.
Adam looks tired.
Yes, he's very old.
He's so low energy to the point where I'm like, is this gonna be like an emotional, like, roller coaster? Like it's gonna be more on the dramatic side? Because he does not seem like he's having fun or a funny, adventure-filled time in this one.
Also, he has to play that character, 30 years later?
Yeah.
That character is one of his early ones where he does stupid voices.
That's why it's named Happy Madison. No. Yeah, Happy Madison. Because it's Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore fused together.
Yes.
That's why it's that golf thing.
Yes.
That's how old this is.
Yeah, and that's his production company you're trying to talk. Yeah. And those were his first 2 movies that got him big. Mm-hmm. Because before that, he really wasn't doing much. Yes, there's SNL, but it wasn't until these movies where he left SNL because he has a movie career.
Yes.
He's better than SNL. Mm-hmm. It's been too long, too late.
Yes.
And why, I don't even like, hard take here, I don't like Happy Gilmore. I thought Billy Madison was a funnier movie. They're both very childish.
Between the 2, I liked Happy Gilmore more, but it's also been a super long time since I've even seen it. And I don't know, I'm just worried the whole movie's just going to be, remember that joke from the first one? What if we tell you that same joke again, but with a slightly different twist? Is it still funny now? Very similar to how I feel Freakier Friday is going to be.
Yeah.
Honestly. They're both incredibly similar in my mind, these 2 trailers.
Yeah, they are, and they're both old movies. Freakier Friday goes to theaters.
Yeah.
Which, who's going to spend money to watch that? See, with Happy Gilmore 2, it's going to Netflix.
Yeah.
So, for sure, that weekend, even though I'm talking all this smack, guess what? I'm still going to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, probably.
We didn't watch Electric State.
No, God, I really don't want to. Everything I hear about it is just worse and worse. It's the Russos also.
It is, yes.
That's so disappointing.
Well, get ready. It's coming.
Oh, God.
But yeah, there's a higher chance of me watching Happy Gilmore 2. Mm-hmm. Now that it's just going to be released July 25th of this year.
Also, for both of these, both Freakier Friday and Happy Gilmore, I hate to say it, those aren't buzzworthy names anymore. Adam Sandler, Jamie Lee Curtis, Lindsay Lohan.
Yes. Ben Stiller.
Yeah, of course Ben Stiller. But they don't create buzz. They're not our current day, like, icons. That was the fun of, like, Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Was that they were the current, hip, cool people that everything was about.
Yep.
You know?
You know what I was wondering? So the kids from Stranger Things are grown up. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, I just did the Power Rangers, right?
Yeah.
And Jason, he's one of the actors from Stranger Things, right?
Nice.
And then, anyways,
Johnny Storm is one of them.
Yes, so like they're branching out, but that was their platform. And Stranger Things was the kids, like Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
I don't know anything this kid's been in other than what.
He was in
Ghostbusters.
He was in It.
It.
He was young Richie.
Yeah. Like, I'm not paying attention to this kid, but I know his name.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have a new generation of kids. And for your idea, your concept to work, who are the kids anymore? They're all grown up. Tom Holland's talking about retiring and becoming a dad.
I know.
Like, where are the kids? And I don't mean creepiness.
Like, even, like, Timmy Chalamet, you know?
He's old.
I know. It is this thing. Well, also, this is okay. Crack open this whole can of worms where they don't make media for kids anymore.
They do. It's trash.
Like the media they make for kids is always just like millennial nostalgia bait, like Freakier Friday or the Disney live action remakes. They're not made for kids in mind. It's aimed for the older audiences who are nostalgic, who can like buy a movie ticket.
Yeah.
And so there's just not kids stuff anymore. And it's disappointing.
It is. It is. And it's just to crap out sequels like this. Mm-hmm. Oh, what are you doing, Hollywood? You keep doing it.
To interrupt while we're on this 4Kids thing, have you seen the new Elio trailer? Elio? That new Pixar one?
You know, so I was thinking about this earlier today, and I was like, Disney, when are you coming out with something original? Because I was thinking about Snow White, mm-hmm. and I was thinking about Stitch.
Yeah.
And what we got more Marvel stuff.
Yep.
But yeah, I was like, what's the next original one? When is there going to be...
It's that Pixar Elio one.
Yeah, and I was thinking, it's got to be Elio, right? November?
I think so. I didn't watch the trailer.
This is going to be their Oscar bait because they're upset that they lost?
Yeah.
Again?
My biggest thing is, I'm tired of this art style. It looks exactly like Turning Red and looks exactly like Luca.
Yep.
I'm just tired of this art direction. And it's the only thing Pixar's been doing for like a long time, except for the butt ugly Buzz Lightyear.
That's a good Buzz Lightyear.
I just want them to do something creative again. And like even the alien designs aren't creative. But Elio looks boring. And I think people don't know how to express that opinion. And I think the biggest thing is it doesn't look interesting.
Have we confirmed the kid has an eye?
I have no idea.
Is he just a one-eyed kid? Because that's sad.
I have no idea. This trailer does nothing for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, they're not coming out with original stuff.
No.
Even, like, Daredevil right now. Mm-hmm. That's like a sequel, reboot, remake thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, come on, you can't do anything new?
Even, like, the quote-unquote creative thing about Elio. Like, the kid goes to space. Oh, like Lilo and Stitch. Oh, like Buzz Lightyear. Oh, like Lost World or whatever.
Treasure Planet?
No, what was that really, really bad one?
The World of Lost People.
From Disney.
From hell.
Where they were like inside a giant turtle in the end.
New World?
You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, you love it. Strange World.
Strange World. Oh, yeah, it's just the same premise that we've seen a million times.
So, Percy Jackson and the Olympians has been renewed for season 3 already.
Oh, really?
One of the reasons why it got a big Emmy Award or something like that for... it's an industry one, not a popularity contest one.
Okay, that's good.
And I guess that kind of got Disney excited about it, and they're like, okay, let's back this one up, and we're going to push it forward.
Okay.
So we haven't even got season 2 yet. But we already got locked and loaded for 3.
This could be good. This could be good.
The first season's very different from the movie, and I haven't read the books, so I can't tell you what it's supposed to be.
No. I don't know, maybe with like a third season waiting in the wings, they can like prepare for some long game stuff.
Yeah.
But I have no idea. I don't know what the story is.
Yeah, me either.
Biggest thing, teach those kids to move their hands. Stop standing at attention. Move your arms.
Why are you so upset with kid actors in their hands?
That's the biggest complaint I have with kid actors. But now, these kids aren't kids anymore. They're like young adults. They should learn. If you want to keep being Percy Jackson, step up your game.
I'm sure I'll check them out. At least the second season.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike the first season. I'm actually being very negative. I enjoyed the ride. I just didn't know what to expect, and we never took it to a height that I would consider like entertaining and interesting on my level, on my own personal level. Mm-hmm. But there was conflict and turmoil, and I did enjoy that.
There was like a hint of something. It just felt like it didn't, like, overall flat.
Yeah.
You know?
I think the coolest scene was when the harpy landed in the stone yard.
That was cool.
And you, like, get to actually see her in broad daylight, which was kind of creepy, but cool. You know, getting to see a monster that close.
I think the coolest scene was when Poseidon was talking to Zeus, and they were talking about like ancient beef between them.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that story sounds good.
Nice. So, the guys who are making
Yep.
Percy Jackson have now taken on a new project.
How was that?
So yesterday, I released my review for the 2017 Power Rangers. If you haven't seen it, it's up there.
It's a
I
good
love
one.
the movie. It's great. And in there, I clearly state that Netflix gave up on trying to make a live-action adaptation of them, and that the rights were up in the air.
Yep.
And as for the future, we do not know. And of course, the next day, which is today, we're recording, that they have now announced that the showrunners of Percy Jackson and the Olympians will also be tackling the Power Rangers for Disney Plus.
Nice.
So I wish that back into the universe. You can thank me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I saved them. I did it.
I mean, I'm excied. I want to see.
No, that's just a coincidence.
It is crazy.
It is weird, isn't it?
It is up to you. It was you. Who else is talking about Power Rangers right now?
Right? Who's sitting there just stewing on it going, what if they came back?
Is it going to be a TV series?
Yeah, it seems like they want to basically do what they're doing with Percy. But, of course, there's no books to be based on.
Yeah.
But they just want to reboot it.
Good. Have more episodic stuff.
Yeah.
More shows need, like, I don't want to call it filler, but basically filler, where it's just antics and misadventures, an excuse for them to hang out without having to move plot forward necessarily.
Yeah, no, like, Boy Meets World. Mm-hmm. Not every episode was story, you know?
Yeah.
They would just run into stupid problems.
And something,
Like, all of a sudden, Sean's working for the Mafia.
yeah, that one.
How do you handle
That
that?
happens so early, too. That's like season 2.
No, it's not.
It's too
Like
early.
season 4.
It's
But yeah, I'm watching it going, what happened? What, the writers are on crack or something? Like,
And you can have like a plot heavy, like Avatar: Last Airbender.
Yeah.
Some of the best episodes were the random ones that
Yeah, we
they did
don't-
on like side missions.
we don't have television like that. And the more serious television we have, right? It's like narrative, side narrative that will eventually reach out all the way to the end, and bam, the
Yeah.
narrative will clash with the side narrative, creating the conflict.
It's part of the reason why I liked Delicious in Dungeon so much, and why I'm so excited for Daredevil
Yes.
now this year, Daredevil Born Again, because I know we're getting so many episodes. It's like we have time to like just do stuff, like fill things out.
Yeah. Where was I?
Power Rangers.
Yeah, so Power Rangers is being worked on for Disney Plus.
Nice.
Next up, I'm so upset with the Batman State Farm ads. I wrote it in there twice. Jonathan Majors.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him on TV today,
Yeah.
and he was talking to, I think, J Hud. And yeah, he was just sitting there on stage. He looks a little older.
I bet. It's been a while.
It has been a while. I realized, like, oh, his face is kind of like getting that old man lower jaw. Mm-hmm. And that he was being very apologetic towards his behavior in the past and how he wants to branch forward and grow as a person.
Okay. I did see something. I saw something that was like, you know, new evidence comes out that has him admitting he attacked his ex. But I only saw it the one time, and I haven't seen anyone else talking about it.
Yeah.
So maybe it was wrong or something?
Or just rumors.
Rumors.
You saw it on X.
I did, which is just, ugh.
Yeah.
I don't even know why I keep bothering with it. Every
Yeah.
time I open it, it just pisses me off.
Because everything else I'm reading is this guy's coming back.
Okay.
And that people are accepting him. And this is going to be an interesting story because if he actually comes back and he nails it, it would be probably one of the coolest comeback stories possible.
Probably.
And it would be a weird one. Be like, yeah, he ran into problems, you know? Mm-hmm. But, yeah, just keep an eye out on him. Apparently, he really is trying to come back.
Good for him.
So we'll see in the future. Saw 11 is being delayed. A lot of people are saying it's canceled. Basically, what's happening is they wrote the script.
Uh-huh.
They turned in the script.
Yeah.
They greenlit it and then said, no. And now it's the producers battling each other and nothing can move forward.
It's very, like typical Hollywood drama.
Yep.
of like, well, I want it to do this and be released on this day. It's like, well, I want it to do that and be released on this day or whatever.
Yeah.
Like just pedantic stuff that it's not really going to matter in the long run other than delaying things, which will kill hype for it.
Yep. So, is this the last Saw? Probably not. The last one, 10, was very successful. And every person reporting on it, it's like, you need to release this movie if you want to make money.
Also, it did finish. The final chapter came out years ago, and then it came back anyway. So it could do anything could happen.
Reboot it.
It could just live as a zombie franchise, quite frankly.
A zombie franchise?
Or it just keeps getting brought back to life over and over again.
Oh, like Halloween. Yeah. So I am bummed about Saw, but also watch in like a month. They'll be like, just JK, we're filming it right now. It's going to be out soon.
Surprise, we're releasing it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, what?
And we filmed 12 back to back. Like, when did you have time for that? Solar Opposites will end with season 6. We do not have a release date, but it comes out this fall.
That's exciting.
Yes.
I'm also glad it's ending.
Yeah.
That 5th season, as much as I liked it, I like it because it's Solar Opposites. They're always good. But also you can really start to feel the, fatigue from the show.
Yep.
They just don't have many more adventures up their sleeve.
No, they don't. It feels a lot like Righteous Gemstones.
Yes.
Here at its 4th season. Mm-hmm. And...
4th? 5th?
It's 4th.
Dang.
Yeah,
a lot's happened.
But there's so many characters, there's too much going on. The characters have gotten too wacky and crazy, so it's just not as fun as it used to be. You know, just like Solar Opposites. It's like, how many times can you just pull a random razor beam?
Yeah.
No, laser beam. Thanks for helping.
It could have been a razor beam. That's so up their alley. Just a beam that shoots like razor blades.
Okay. Great. Thumbnail idea. But how many times can you keep playing that same antic, you know?
It's also...
the pupa.
Yes. I'd rather see Solar Opposites wrap up, especially because it has several, long-running narratives, like the Small People and the Silver Cops.
Yes, oh my god.
And I'm like, I don't want either of them to get dragged out any more than they already have.
Yeah, the Silver Cops, yes, it's too much.
And I'd rather see it finish strong than become like Family Guy or Simpsons and rot on the vine.
Yeah, it's best to just end it now. Mm-hmm. Coyote and Acme. No, Coyote versus Acme.
Yes.
Is, from what I read today, it was already bought by Ketchup Entertainment.
Ooh.
And Ketchup also bought The Day the World Blew Up. It's out now.
Yeah, it just released yesterday.
Yes.
It's the latest Looney Tunes animated movie. Good.
Yes.
Screw Warner Brothers. They suck.
Warner Brothers has screwed over a lot of people.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just Looney Tunes, because they also just got rid of all of the Looney Tunes content from Max.
They did. Just wiped it.
They're just throwing away these characters. I wonder if it's because the copyright's about to be up and they don't want to spend money on them.
Maybe. I don't understand, because people are clamoring for it. I guarantee you, The Day the World Blew Up, or whatever it's called, there was no advertising. The first trailer for it came out the day before it released. And I only ever saw it on Twitter. I didn't see it posted anywhere else. And it's well, it's not making us any money. And it's it would if you advertised it. People have been screaming at you that they want Coyote versus Acme. And you're like, nah, I don't want you. I'd rather just let all that money that we spent making the movie go to waste. And we won't do anything.
That's pretty much all they did at the beginning there. When they fused or consolidated... whatever.
Yes.
With Discovery, they started channeling a bunch of movies in, and then they just swept them clean.
I remember Batgirl.
Yeah, Batgirl's a famous example.
Even if it was going to be a bad movie, you still spent that much time and budget filming it.
Yeah, but what they did to it, they made it famous.
Yeah.
which is a bad thing.
It's
On their part, we will always be able to look back at the famous Batgirl movie incident and be like, Warner Brothers sucked.
yeah. It's crazy. Warner Brothers used to be like this icon of like whenever the Warner Brothers logo appeared before a film, I'm like I like knew it was gonna be a good one.
Yeah, like Harry Potter.
Well, I guess so, but I was thinking more like classics, like Willy Wonka was always one that really stood out to me. Things like that.
Okay.
But I remember being like, yeah, Warner Brothers. And now I'm like, they're gonna die. They're not doing anything good. They're not gonna make it.
No, they're not. And I think if they, like I said last week, if Superman falls, they're screwed. But also, why are you betting it all on Superman?
I know. Like you're Warner Brothers. You have so many IPs under your belt. Why aren't you doing anything with any of them?
I don't know.
Just James Gunn's Superman? That's all you have? Really?
Yeah. And, it's just too much. It's just like, what are you guys doing? What are you up to? We got a first look at Johnny Cage and Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Khan.
For the new Mortal Kombat movie.
Mortal Kombat 2. It's a sequel to the last one.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat.
I didn't see Johnny Cage, which disappoints me. I love
It's
Johnny.
Carl Urban wearing Ray-Bans.
Yeah, like I think I could guess what he looks
He
like.
doesn't look like Johnny Cage, by the way. He
no.
just looks like Carl Urban.
this is what he just looks like.
But here's my problem with that. And I think some people have some issues, right? Mm-hmm. Why did you cast him if he's just going to look like himself?
Does he have the beard still?
Yeah, it's just Carl Urban. Just pull up a picture of the guys, or the boys, whatever.
Yeah.
The guys.
The guys. You know what's crazy? One of the other boys would have been a way better Johnny look-like. One of the ones from Supernatural, who's
Squinty face, yes. Teeth showing.
He's like Homelander's dad, I think.
Jensen Ackles.
He would have been a way better Johnny Cage. Or Robbie Amell would have been a really good Johnny Cage. Just dye his hair, you know?
I guess. Or you could just go find a guy who actually looks like that.
Yeah, that's what they did for the first movie. Everyone looked pretty dang accurate in the first movie.
Yeah. Okay, anyways, the bad guy, Shao.
Mm-hmm.
Shao Kahn?
He looks amazing.
He looks
crazy.
a little demonic.
I'm so
I like that you can actually see the textures. He's wearing a helmet, a mask, but like he's actually doing it. It's not CGI. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, thank God.
Thank goodness, finally. Some practical effects. You know, we can gripe about Carl Urban not looking like Johnny Cage, but at least I know Carl Urban's a really good actor.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
You doubt Aemir?
Yeah.
Put those doubts away.
I would just say John Benthal's a better actor than him.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Well, I do.
Well, guess we're at a standoff.
Okay.
Aemir versus Punisher.
Also, hold on. Hold on. Punisher would win really quick.
I don't know. Aemir's got a horse.
Just shoot the horse and then shoot him. It wouldn't matter. He got a running start. You just got some alien shooting razor blade beams.
But horses are scary.
Punisher's one weakness.
Like,
horse.
He's like, whoa.
Whoa, my future is an equestrian. You've never even seen Judge Dredd.
So?
Okay. Whatever. Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out. We're excited. I enjoyed the first one.
I did too.
I liked the Sub-Zero Scorpion stuff.
That was great. It was really great when I forgot that Scorpion's like catchphrase was "Get over here," and then he did it, and I remembered that that's his catchphrase, and I was like, "Whoa, that was hype."
Did your homework for this one, didn't you?
I was just enjoying the movie. I was just there for it.
It was a really fun one. I loved the original one, the Paul W.S. Anderson one.
Yeah.
It's goofy, it's wacky, but for its time, it makes sense.
It gave us that iconic Mortal Kombat theme song.
I'm pretty sure that was part of the arcade.
Well, we get a clearer like audio quality of it from the movie. I
Okay.
think. I could be wrong about that.
I don't know the history of the song that
I
way.
haven't seen the movie in like too long. I don't remember anything.
Okay. Well, I was just gonna say I enjoy them. Mortal Kombat Annihilation could be annihilated off the list.
Dang.
But I'm excited for Mortal Kombat 2. Where we left off with the last one, I can't remember too well, but I'm pretty sure one of the main characters, the guy with the hat with the razor blade,
Yeah, he was so cool too.
and he died, and I was like, I thought he was like a main character.
Well, it is Mortal Kombat. Dying is kind of a big part of it.
Okay. Thanks. Captain Obvious is still here, apparently. Snow White's live action premiere, described as a pre show or party instead of an actual red carpet premiere. According to Martin Kelba?
Kelba?
Yeah.
Okay.
This makes no sense. Screw this. Whatever I wrote, forget it. Okay. So, Disney tried to keep this under wraps, right? Mm-hmm. And they wanted to have a small celebration. And people are now starting to get to watch this movie. And the feedback is interesting.
What are they saying?
Some people love it. Some people are like, it's a B.
So generally positive.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Which is crazy.
So if you are so scared and all that backlash, and you have a pot of gold over here,
yeah,
wouldn't you want to show it to everyone?
But,
especially when you're the evil empire that steals our money and childhood dreams.
I know, right? I think maybe the people who are saying it's good or a B are being paid to like it. Because I don't know if any like outside critics have really gotten to see it. It was just Disney yes men who are saying these things?
It could be. You're right. There is a little leeway towards, Disney could be fudging the numbers like it's an election.
Did you hear? Yes. Did you hear that snippet of the Evil Queen song we've heard?
No.
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Gal Gadot can't. Her voice is ass.
I told you last time, she's not a good actress. She's not here to act.
The way I described it was it sounds like she's holding, like, when you have like a drink and you keep the straw in your mouth?
Yeah.
So you can chew on it, but you keep talking with the straw in your mouth?
I'm an adult. I don't do that anymore.
That's what it sounds like she's doing. Like, she's not singing. She's being bad.
Okay. Nice. I do want to see how the public reacts to the movie now. But with the positive stuff coming out and everyone's saying that Ziegler is doing really good as Snow White, and it's a very magical film, and it brings back the hope that the first original movie had.
I don't like the costume. Everything it looks ugly. I was thinking about this. It looks like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, where everything is so disgustingly oversaturated and obviously green screen CGI'd everywhere.
Yeah.
But I guess her acting could be good in spite of that, in spite of the horribly ugly, costumey outfit she's wearing.
She's supposed to look like that.
What do you mean?
The stupid poofy shoulders with the different, like...
That's what animated Snow looks like.
Yeah, and they brought it to life. What the hell did you want? You wanted talking lions?
What do you mean talking lions?
Or CGI them?
I mean, her dress can look like a normal dress and not like a Party City dress. Not like a Spirit Halloween dress,
It doesn't even look that bad.
I think it looks horrible.
Wow, you're being really hard on it.
I am.
Wow.
This is Disney. If One Piece live action could give them their outfits and not make them look like overly saturated costumey kind of outfits, Disney can do the same with its beloved Disney princess franchise.
I'm going to be honest, One Piece looks cheesy.
How can you say that?
I stared at them for a long time now. And I'm like, I could tell you're wearing a costume. It just doesn't make sense.
Well,
It's weird. You look weird. Why? Like, you fall in love with it, right? You allow yourself to be part of that world.
I will admit certain characters do. Like, Axehand Morgan and his zebra stripe pants never really worked, I'm gonna say.
Comic book accurate. And Snow White is remake accurate.
We'll see. I'll be more hopeful now that these generally positive reviews are coming out.
Okay. Well, I guess the question is, are you going to see Snow White? And are you excited for it? Like,
Yeah.
Was it good? If you've already seen it, I want to know.
When does it come out?
Should be this Friday.
Wow.
Or this Thursday when this drops.
Already? Crazy.
So, last week's question was
Yeah.
about Stitch. Mm-hmm. And a majority of you said you knew it was a bad idea to make a live-action Stitch.
Yeah.
Which bums me out.
Did you see some of the new marketing material they put out? Finally?
Yeah, where he's trying to eat the glass slipper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple. There's one with the glass slipper, one with like an apple from Snow White.
Yep.
The one I saw, he's trying to eat the lamp from Aladdin, and its tagline is "No one wished for this," and everyone's like, "You got that right."
Wow. I hope it's an amazing film.
I'd rather it be amazing, but I'm not hopeful.
Okay. Last week's question. Wait, we just did that. Sorry.
Yes.
It's the cough syrup.
Your brain's just like slowly going backwards.
I feel like, when they're showing you how like mountains are formed and then they shear off and it creates like, I probably shouldn't do that really close to the mic. And it shears off and then like you create that friction.
Yeah.
That's how I feel my brain just going. Tring.
We're just gonna talk about the State Farm.
It's gonna be
man.
like that 1/3 cut in my brain. Wukong.
Yeah.
Black Myth Wukong. I enjoy it. And one of the things I've been enjoying about that is that it's not traditionally Souls-like.
Yeah.
Yes, you die a lot, but you don't lose all your crap.
Which-
and I like that so much more.
I tried playing one of them. I don't remember which one. And that was the biggest thing. Like, I died once, and then I just felt like I could never get caught up on it ever again.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't get back to my stuff, and I never had any money or things, so I couldn't move forward. And it was crushing.
Yes. And yeah, that's how you get stuck in the Souls game. It happens to me a lot every time I play one. Mm-hmm. But here at Wukong, it's easier. I just got to figure out the combat. The combat's a little funky to me.
I bet. Well, he has so many abilities. And he's so fast.
Is he?
I mean, he's a monkey.
Some of his opponents are way faster than him.
I guess that's true.
And the movements are funky. They don't... I don't know. I guess because it's a first-time developer, they kind of got away with being weird and loosey-goosey with them.
I'm into it. I like a lot because they're Chinese.
Yes.
A lot of Chinese media looks cool.
Yes.
So I'm into it. I want more of it. This is something I was telling you beforehand. I wish games that weren't Souls-like was as pretty as Souls-like games. Like, they got the big, beautiful worlds and the giant, intricate details and the creatures with a lot of lore.
Yeah, you got to check out this game.
And I'm like, that looks great, but I don't want to play a Souls-like. I want it to be a different gameplay.
The day after I did the stream of the first part of it, I was thinking about that weird valley I fell in where there was like skeletons of like snake men. And there was actual snake men walking through this like forest of bamboo.
That would terrify me.
Oh, dude, it was so cool.
I bet.
But I'm Wukong, so I know I'm fine.
Yeah.
As a human being, hell no. Mm-hmm. But I was just thinking about that, and I was like, that happened to me. That legit happened to me.
That was a thing I went through. That was a thing I experienced.
Yes. Box Office Trolls.
Box Office Trolls.
Daredevil episode 4. So.
Wait, are we not doing Box Office Trolls?
Oh. Why don't you just stop me there?
What do you mean?
Box office.
Box Office Trolls.
No. Number 1, Novocaine.
Nice.
Number 2, Black Bag.
Okay.
I don't know. Number 3, Mickey 17.
Good for them.
Number 4, Captain America Brave New World.
Finally pushed down from the top 3.
Number 5, The Day the Earth Blew Up, a Looney Tunes movie.
I'm glad it's still in the top 5, despite the 0 advertisement.
It's also catch-up entertainment.
Yep.
The Last Supper.
We're gonna get all these ready for Easter.
I feel like that one's a little too soon.
Also,
I just feel like it's a little too soon. We still more than a month out, guys.
Also, for being an Easter movie, I don't know. I feel like that one takes place just before the Easter part happens.
Yeah.
Like they eat their meal and then it fades to black, and before credits, it's just like, and then Jesus died. Come back for part 2.
Number 7, Paddington in Peru.
Good for him.
Number 8, Dogman.
Good for him.
Number 9, The Monkey.
Good for them.
Number 10, Last Breath.
Sure.
Okay, now
Now.
back to Daredevil. Who's the new villain?
I don't know.
Weird, like, white mask dude with bleedy eyes.
They are concerning
They are.
to look at.
And I love that he had that cool illustration that we really had to get close up on because we couldn't show how cheap the rest of the set was.
Yeah. That is one thing. It's such a Disney thing. The sets are all so tiny.
They're so bad.
They're so small. Like, it was in episode 1 when we first see him running around on rooftops, and it's like, oh, that's obviously a green screen. I want to be forgiving of it, because, like, I'm sure it's cheaper and save your money for other places, I guess, but, ugh, the sets are ugly as hell.
They are. They are. I don't know who this villain is, so I'm really curious. And what is it? They want to torture somebody? Was that what they were doing? Or were they trying to bring him back?
I don't know. It looked like they were just harvesting blood out of this dude for personal reasons, or just because they're
into it.
Like, they need blood.
Yeah, a little kinky.
Weird.
We built this city being sung to Fisk way too many times.
That was so funny. That was the funniest thing of the whole show so far, was him sitting there dealing with the kids doing it, and then he gets to, like, the Latvian Day event, and then they just do it, and you just see it in his face, this hell.
I liked after the kids finished, she was like, they got one more, and he's like, no, that, you were wonderful. I gotta go. I was thinking about Fisk. And the reveal at the end. Mm-hmm. Okay, he has Adam, Vanessa's love.
Which, is she dead? She was talking to the therapist.
I'm pretty sure she's alive.
It's weird.
It is weird.
I feel like they could do it either way now.
And after okay, so his intern dude spilled the beans, right? And then they got union busted or whatever.
Yeah.
Or attacked by whatever. And then Fisk is pissed off, and he calls that meeting, and he's screaming, yelling at everybody. And the guy comes forward, and he goes, "It's me." And Fisk seems like he's upset with him, but he, like, gives him another chance.
Yeah.
Right? But Fisk doesn't do that. And now you're starting to feel like, you know what, this guy has changed.
Yeah.
You know, he is a different Kingpin now. Or he's not even Kingpin. Mm-hmm. And then he takes his dinner downstairs where he eats 5 wieners on a bed of salad. I was paying attention.
Yes, yep, true.
And Adam is just locked up down there. Mm-hmm. And he just eats while staring at this guy. And I was like, that's the Fisk I know.
Yeah. I said it before, I think, on Coffee Break, but I'll say it again. Everything with Daredevil is super interesting and cool. Every time we cut to Fisk, I get a little deflated. But I can see, like, that's where, like, a lot of important plot is progressing with him.
Yeah.
But I just find everything with Daredevil so much more interesting and entertaining.
Yeah. Well, we got to meet Punisher again. Mm-hmm. And that was fun. Mm-hmm. I thought they were going to throw hands.
They almost... That was a crazy moment.
Yeah.
It was emotional.
Where he punched him and then grabbed him, and then Frank started backing up.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh.
It was when Charlie... That's not his name. That's the actor's name.
Yep.
What's his name?
Matt.
It was when Matt, like, grabbed him and then let go of him and was, like, mad at himself for almost. Then I was like, ooh, that's a guy just on the edge.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what they were kind of talking about. He was like, you came to me because you wanted permission, because you want to get to somebody.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's gonna go beat up cops. That's his whole thing. Does Frank come back? I'm sure he will. I'm sure something's gonna happen.
You don't bring in John Bernthal to be one episode.
Yeah, right.
Also, I know why the brother in The Bear had grown out his beard so much.
For the Punisher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Righteous Gemstones.
Yes, we talked about it.
Yeah. That ending was really weird.
It's
So the dad falls in love with mom's best friend.
yeah, which I don't remember if we've seen her
Nope.
before.
No.
Also, I totally didn't remember that Keith and Kelvin did actually start dating at the end of last season.
Yeah.
It was so like blink and you miss it. I didn't even remember.
Yeah. It's just what a weird show. Probably the best scene in that one was when they're coming up at their dad on the boat
Yes, it was funny.
and they're trying to stand still while the boat's moving at a high speed. That was really good. We've been watching Dragon Ball Super.
We have been.
Sorry, I'm trying to wrap it up. I'm dying.
I could, yeah. we're trying.
Look, Dragon Ball Super looks like crap, but he just went Super Saiyan God. You gotta hang with me here. I'm trying to rewatch it, but I do not like it.
It's so low quality. It's so ugly. The budget is just not there. It's such a shame because I know it should be good. If you watch the movie, it should be good.
Well, the movie looked a lot better than that.
Yes.
So that was just terrible. Power Rangers, like I said, it's up there. I always thought it should have had a sequel. I was very upset. One of the biggest problems about the box office release of it was that 2-3 weeks before it came out, a very big and powerful movie came out. And it was called Logan.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to argue when there's Logan and then there's Power Rangers. You're like, But Power Rangers really nails it all in the right spots. I just wish more people got to enjoy it. The director blamed it being PG-13. And I was like, oh, that would stop it. But here's the thing. The demographic and the surveys and all that, like you look at the MCU at this moment, right? It's 2017. They haven't even gotten to Endgame. But everything's pretty much just, it is. It's just PG-13 all the way through. That's all people are watching. So you can't really blame the rating thing.
Yeah, it seems we're just looking for an excuse kind of deal.
I think there's a strong stigmatism towards Power Rangers. Because I remember just sitting at home. I was a teenager. I was in high school. And I had nothing to do, right? So I turned on the TV and there was like Dino Thunder. I've never watched Dino Thunder, so this is my first time. And now I'm just like 2 hours deep into this thing, right?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whatever, just watching it. I kind of get the kids' problems, but I'm enjoying just watching the Power Rangers fight the monsters.
Of course.
My dad comes home, just belittles me for it.
Yeah.
He's like, aren't you all grown up? Shouldn't you be watching this? And it was just like, I just think about it, and I think a lot of people think that Power Rangers are for like little kids.
And I think it's because like they get their cheap the bad guys they fight have very obviously cheap costumes.
Yes.
And it's a lot of admittedly kind of goofy looking flips and stuff. When like it can be great, but also it can be very cheap looking. And I think that's the stigma that surrounds it.
Yeah. I do not talk about the stigma in the review because it's more of a personal opinion than part of the review of the movie. The movie does not reflect that. It's just the way I see and understand that franchise within the greater world. You got anything coming up?
I'm doing daily Hell of a Boss reviews.
Yes.
Yippee!
Good job. Doki, you were telling me I got what, 2 more?
I think you have like 2 more.
Okay, if you haven't checked that out, check it out. I think I screwed up. Also, why is she sucking on my finger when I'm bleeding?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
She's a witch. She's a witch. I'm just going to tell you. She's a witch. And you'll watch it with me, and then you'll realize that I'm correct. Wukong Part 2. It will not be a stream. It's just going to be a pre-recorded thing. It's just easier. I wanted to stream. It's been a while to stream. I enjoyed that. For those of you, the 2 of you who joined me.
Yeah. Nice.
But thank you for that. And, I mean, there was no marketing towards it or any, like
a lead up.
Yeah, I want to get more comfortable with it. So it's just me testing myself and having to sit there for an hour. When I do the pre-recording, I can, like, record as much as I want and go, I don't know, run around naked and then come back.
Exactly.
And then the next film review will be Kangaroo Jack. Yes, that really horrible movie. There is a reason and a purpose for this, and I will explain it next week.
Yes. When you're hopefully not as sick.
Yes, it's literally just pouring out of my face right now. Everybody, stay safe. Don't get sick. Have a good week. If it's spring break, be even more safer.
Yes.
The statistics of you dying or disappearing are way higher than you actually think.
Make good choices.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Testing. That's what it's about.
You can just do a
Testing.
normal testing.
I think it worked.
Yeah.